From sky-high bidding wars at the start of the year to a slow crawl so far this summer, the Northeast Metro Atlanta real estate market has been anything but predictable so far in 2024.
Oh God.
What's gonna happen?
Hi, I'm Sarah Maslowski with KeyPoint Homes Group, a local real estate agent right here in Northeast Metro Atlanta area, and I specialize in helping clients from all over relocate right here to Georgia. We all know interest rates are high, right? I mean, we've seen the headlines. What are market conditions like currently for buyers, and what can we predict the rest of 2024 to look like? The real estate market in the Northeast Metro Atlanta area has experienced pretty major fluctuations throughout 2024 so far, mainly due to mortgage interest rates hovering in the high 6s and low 7% range, which adds hundreds of dollars to your monthly payment compared to what you would have paid back when rates were 5%, 6%.
The interest rates are terrible.
If you were lucky enough to score a 2 or 2.5% rate back in 2020, this is more like thousands of dollars extra each month. Early in the year, the market continued at a pretty fast pace, which it's similar to what we have experienced over the last few years. We had high demand and limited inventory. In some areas, we saw bidding wars with many homes selling above asking price, which results in property values having pretty steady and significant appreciation, especially in areas like Alpharetta, Suwanee, and Cumming. Those are the areas that are so highly sought after. However, now that we are well into the second quarter and gearing up for quarter three, the market has definitely cooled off some. These high interest rates have really started to impact buyers' purchasing power, and many people are realizing that they just can't afford to purchase a new home with higher interest rates and higher home prices. This has led to a little bit of a slowdown in the pace of sales, and potential buyers have definitely become more cautious and selective. Home prices have still remained relatively high, especially in those same areas I mentioned earlier. Now, in those areas, the amount of available homes is low and the area's desirability is high, and demand in the smaller towns, though, has really kind of slowed down, or that's where we're seeing a lot show up in the market. Popular areas like Alpharetta, Suwanee, and Johns Creek, they're still thriving and they're highly sought after, especially among families looking to be near good schools and for those with technology-based jobs that have a strong presence in these towns. Towns like Cumming have benefited from ongoing developments in infrastructure, amenities, and lots of new neighborhoods, making them even more appealing to buyers. All of the new neighborhoods and developments have helped increase housing options, and it's brought in more demand and desire to be in these towns that didn't previously draw such a big crowd. Now, despite high interest rates and increased home prices, people still see the value in these towns because of their great schools, location, amenities, so the homes are still moving. If you look at the market stats for the greater Atlanta area, the amount of time homes are on the market has actually decreased and new listings have increased, which indicates that things are still moving quickly, despite what feels like a slowdown. That's because in areas like all of those towns I just mentioned, things have not slowed down. They have remained hot, while other areas that don't draw such a crowd are the ones that have slowed down. Since demand is still strong in these uber popular areas, when you average them all together with the slower ones, things still look overall pretty strong in the market.
Strong.
Yeah.
Resale homes are not the only thing that has seen change in the real estate market this year, but rentals in the Northeast Metro Atlanta area have also seen changes. As home ownership becomes more challenging and expensive, the demand for rental properties has increased because now it's just not the right time for some of these people that want to buy a home to buy a house. The increase in demand, of course, has led to a rise in rental rates. So renting a home is not necessarily the most affordable option either, and there's pain points there. I've talked about this before, but investors have bought over 1/3 of the real estate in the Northeast Metro Atlanta area in the past 4 years, which has drastically impacted the rental market because now these big, huge investment companies have the monopoly on the market. They avoid working with real estate agents at all costs and can kind of fix the price for what they want to rent these homes for. This, of course, is frustrating in multiple ways. For buyers, because they're snatching up great houses for sale with cash offers, and these are often homes that would typically go to first-time home buyers. And for renters, that prices are being hiked and they are dealing with big corporations instead of an agent or working directly with the landlord or even like a local property management company. As we look towards the second half of 2024, there's a few things that will help shape the real estate market here in the Northeast Metro Atlanta. Now, of course, one of the biggest factors that will influence what happens over the next 6 months is, you guessed it, mortgage interest rates. If you followed along the channel and watched previous videos and live streams that we've done throughout the year, at the beginning of the year, the Federal Reserve was supposed to lower their interest rate, which has an indirect impact on mortgage rates. Well, economic data has come out and inflation still not where they want it to be. So those anticipated rate cuts that they were predicting at the beginning of the year have not happened. Now, if the Federal Reserve manages to stabilize or reduce interest rates later this year, it's definitely going to be a benefit to buyers and it's going to draw more buyers into the market. Lower interest rates would improve affordability, which would make things easier for home buyers and especially first-time home buyers. And it's going to bring more people out who were planning on making a purchase but maybe held off because of pricing. Like we have talked about before though, more buyers means more competition, and that more competition drives up the price.
It's a bit pricey for us, but gorgeous.
So this is really kind of like a catch-22. It's good news and bad news, unfortunately. Inventory levels have been a very important factor throughout the year. While the first half of 2024 saw tight inventory contributing to these high prices, we're starting to see a gradual increase in listings, which is a great thing. Now that school is out for the summer, we're seeing more inventory come on the market, but there are also more buyers scrambling to get into a new home before the start of the next school year. We desperately need more inventory as good homes in good locations continue to fly off the shelf, but homes that need work or are not in the most ideal location, those are the homes that are sitting longer. I would venture to say much longer than what we have experienced in the past couple of years. And this can especially be said from lake homes, which are primarily bought as investment properties or second homes. There has definitely been a slowdown of movement on these luxury properties, not only in the lake, but outside of the lake as well. An increase in good inventory across the board would be so helpful to potentially slow down the growth of home prices. But it would also lead to a more stable and predictable market, which both buyers and sellers would be very happy with. However, there's nothing on the horizon that's necessarily going to cause a huge influx of homes hitting the market, which is what we desperately need. So again, it's kind of a catch-22. You're either faced dealing with higher mortgage rates currently right now, or if you wait for mortgage rates to come down, you're faced with increased competition from buyers that would drive the price up. So any money that you may save with a lower interest rate, you may make up for or lose that gain by paying more for the house that would essentially keep your payment the same. Now, if you're watching this video because you're thinking about or need to relocate here to Georgia, whether it be for work or to be close to family, retirement, or whatever this next stage of life looks like for you, you're not crazy for making a move. As a real estate agent who specializes in helping clients relocate into Georgia from other states, I regularly hear that home prices and taxes are much cheaper here than in the state that they're coming from, even with the mortgage interest rates the way that they are. Many of my clients either don't have a choice in moving here because it's their job that's bringing them, or they're coming to improve the quality of life, and that is a higher priority than worrying about interest rates. It is important to know though that if, like I said, rates do make their way back down, more competition, you get it. But at the end of the day, you have to make the decision that is best for you and your family and what is a priority to you. And only you can answer that question. This is often solved by going into a deep strategy session where we look at your goals, we look at what your budget is, what's available, and connect you with a really great lender to see if this is something that you feel comfortable with. Another important thing to note that as home prices continue to appreciate year over year and there's no sign of that coming down, I think another factor that you need to look at is that we can expect that to continue to increase as long as the regional economy remains strong and employment rates remain high. The demand for housing is still going to stay high even if interest rates do not come down like we're all hoping for, right? More people want to move to this great area, and I can't blame them. If you are one of those people, I would love to be your real estate agent. It's my passion to educate and help those moving to the great state of Georgia, and I would love to help you find a home here. You can reach me by clicking the link in my pinned comment below this video. If you're still learning all about North Georgia and all of the so many reasons that people are choosing to make this their home, please check out this playlist of videos talking about some of the most popular areas here that you need to check out.